Good morning. I'm Bryn Catherine. I'm sick, but I'm from Bryn Catherine's Beauty, and I'm just getting ready in a rush this morning because I have an appointment to check out a wedding venue. So exciting. But I thought I would just pop on here. I'm getting ready anyway and do a little look because I haven't done one on here in a while. And I'm actually going to take off this jacket because it's a little warm in here, but it'll be cold outside today. So I'm going to be working mostly out of my clutch, but I also have a few new eyeshadows I'm going to show off today. So let's just get going. And you can see I've got quite a few breakouts right now in blemish areas, and I'll talk about like building up coverage in those areas as well. And then I might take a few sips of my tea while we talk, because you know I'm feeling a little rough today. But first thing I always usually do is prime with Stay Spray. So I've been doing this lately with a Perfector sponge. My light's not on today, but I feel like the lighting's pretty good. We'll rock it. So I'm going to take my Stay Spray right here, and I'm going to spray it on my Perfector sponge. Sometimes I'll spray it directly on my face, but I'm on day 3 hair right now, and something that I've noticed is the hair around my face will get a little extra greasy if I spray, because like it's already trying to live its best life on day 3, and so if I spray it with a Stay Spray, you know, because there's just like a little extra that gets on that part of my hair, it just has a little bit of a harder time. So I just dab it in. I've heard that it's better for people with dry skin to dab it in. I don't actually know if that's true, but if you're looking to try some different ways to put on your Stay Spray primer, like that could be a potential one for you. Sorry, I'm like trying to get myself adjusted here. Okay, so I'm going to work on my clutch first, and I'm going to be using the color Candlelit, and I'm going to use my Detail Hack brush, and I'm just going to get a little on this bigger end, and I'm going to stipple it, excuse me, starting underneath my eyes. I know I'm the most disgusting sounding human ever, and if you follow me pretty consistently, you know I was sick like a few weeks ago, so I have no idea what the heck is going on. Notice how I just stippled over that like very large blemish, and you can still kind of see it, so I am going to go back in with a little extra coverage, but like that almost took 90% of it away already. And I'm kind of sticking to this region, so I did like this pie piece here, and now I'm going just on the outsides of my mouth. I got another large blemish right there that I just covered, and again, like you can still see it just a little bit, so I'll go back in and build up a little extra coverage there. But it's amazing how little you need when you're dealing with a cream product. And so if you don't use creams, let's talk for a second about like why cream. So cream is going to last you longer because you really only need a tiny bit. And so the color I use the most is Candlelit. It's the one that I have right now. And I got this color on Thanksgiving or maybe or Black Friday. And I'm like maybe halfway through in a month. So this is going to last me 2 whole months. And it's just a small $14 tin. So I only need to buy that, like I said, maybe 2. It could go 3 depending. Just because I use it the most right now, I am going through it a little faster, but when summer comes around, I use a darker color a little bit more often. So and this is why like when you get color matched by me, you'll be recommended 2 highlight colors, and in the winter you'll probably use more of your lighter color, and in the summer you'll use more of your darker color. So I just put Candlelit in all those places, around my mouth, underneath my eye, my nose, my eyelids. I use it as a primer for eyeshadow, and then down the lower part of my forehead. I'm going to use the same brush still, and I'm just going to swirl it out a little in case there's any extra. And I'm going to go into White Peach, which is my lighter color. I'm going to use that on my lower jawline. I almost feel like White Peach matches this part of my skin so much better than any other color. It's so funny how there's different colors in our skins, and like how we for years didn't even know that. Like we were just going through our lives putting all one color on our face and wondering why it didn't look the way we wanted it to. I'm also putting White Peach. You can see that brightened a bit underneath this eye so I can give myself a little bit more of an awake look. I mean, I did wake up a little while ago, but I got a good night's sleep. And my fiance, guys, brought me breakfast in bed. Today's the first day of our break, and he feels bad because I'm sick. And he was like, I'm just gonna bring her some breakfast in bed. Guys, I caught a winner. I'm like winning the lottery with this one. Okay, I just put a little white peach down the center of my nose as well. Okay, so now I'm gonna flip to the 30-second hack, and I'm gonna use indigo, and I'm gonna go over where my contour should be placed. So like right here is where your cheekbone starts, and so I'm just going underneath it, and I only did like one dip, and then I placed and I blended. And I need to go back in with a little bit of candlelit right here because that blemish is quite aggressive. And so I actually put that like right on top of the olive just so that that kind of disappears a little more for me. And I go around the outer edges of my face. I do my makeup every day after, like I get ready, like I'm fully dressed and I have my earrings on and everything. But with the big earring fad the way that it is, and then I'm trying to do my makeup, I always hit my earrings because they're so big. So I'm actually using a very, very, very dark color for my complexion. I would not say that this is my perfect match, but I love how versatile it is. Like, you can make it dark, but like you can see it's not crazy dark right here because I'm using it very, very little, and it's gonna last me so much longer because of it. And so like when I bought my makeup, right, like I bought all the colors I needed, but then like I have never had to replace my contour yet, and I've almost been wearing mascara for a year. Now keep in mind I did switch contour colors recently when winter hit, so you potentially might, nice. Apparently my teacher self is just gone now the break is on. You might need to buy a new contour like maybe every 8 months, not a year. But it lasts you so long, and that's so nice because like your initial investment might be a little closer to like $100, $200 depending on what it is you're buying, but then once you have all of what you need, you really only spend $14 every time you want to replace something. It's crazy good. Okay, so my highlighting contour is done. I'm going to take my multitasker and I'm going to do a little lining on my lips. And I think I'm going to try to go for a deep color today on my lips. So this might be unnecessary because I'm going to try to do a really deep lip color. Very nice. Cool. Alright, and then I'm going to go into some blush. I have Sandstone right in front of me, so I'm going to just use Sandstone. It's a deeper red. It's much more intimidating for people than like some of our paler pinks, but I just feel like for Christmas time it's just so stinking pretty. Plus this is like my go-to shade all year long. Like I use Sandstone for my lips, I use it for my cheeks. I just love Sandstone, and it gives your face, like, you can see the difference, like such a more younger, more lively complexion. And if you feel like your blush has like taken over, you can grab, which one was I using? I was using this today for highlight, and you can kind of blend out the edges so that it looks a little more seamless. Isn't that cool? I'm gonna take my Perfector and I'm gonna do some Bella bronzer. I've been loving this lately. I think that for me, it was finding the secret of applying it. So I used to apply Bella with the larger side of the B squared. So this was the brush I did the blush just now, and then I used to do this side for bronzer. And I personally felt like I didn't have control, and it was very frustrating, and so I kind of gave up on it for a while. But it wasn't because I didn't like the color. I actually really liked the Bella bronzer color. I just felt like I had to work at it when I used the B squared brush, and I didn't have time every morning to like work at it. But now I just dip this into it and I just put it on pretty much this part of my face, like the C area. So I'm leaving this bright. This is still sandstone. I'm leaving this bright and I'm leaving this lighter and maybe a little on my chin and a little on my neck. But like that's it. That's all I'm gonna do to get like a little bit of a bronzy glow, and it's so stinking fast compared to what I used to do. Not worth it. I'm gonna set just a titch, so I'm gonna spray. I'm gonna try to keep it away from my hairline, but I am gonna spray stay on my face. And I'm gonna set with a powder over that. I just don't wanna get it in my hair. And so I'm just using Airspun loose powder, and I'm using that same tool that I just did bronzer. And I'm gonna set in my lightest areas because those are the areas that tend to get oily for me. You might feel like your oilier areas are in different places, so you can set wherever makes sense to you. I personally recommend setting with a loose powder and a damp perfector sponge for the best results. Obviously, there's a lot of people that press their powder in with a brush, and it totally works for them and like great for them. I love that. Okay, actually that looks pretty good. I don't know if I have to build up too much more extra coverage. And then we'll just do some eyebrows and eyes. Pardon me. What time is it? Ooh, running out of time. We'll do real quick. Okay, so I'm gonna use some Trust, and I'm gonna just do a little bit on my brows, get those boogers filled in. You can see it just makes them a lot more defined. Brows can be very tricky because there's definitely some overdone brows out in the world right now. And brows make a big deal. They need to frame your face correctly, but you don't want to go crazy with them either. Okay, I'm gonna take, let's just do like an everyday, like something I would do all the time. I'm gonna take Bright Eyes. I'm gonna take the fluffy end, and I'm just gonna go over, it's kind of hard to do in a phone, so I have a mirror right here. I'm gonna go over the entire lid, and I'm gonna go up into the upper crease just a little bit. Bright Eyes, I just can't even, like sometimes I try to get away from it, and I try to look at other colors, and I like the other colors, don't get me wrong, but Bright Eyes just has this very warm, yet it's metallic-y, so it's like a golden look to it, and it just is so good for any time of year. Like, I feel like it makes it look glowy in the summer, but like right now for Christmas it's a little shimmery, which is kind of nice, and it's just so pretty. Cool. And then I'm actually going to take that same side because I'm going to go on really lightly with Kin to deepen my crease. So I got a little bit on there. Notice how I'm keeping my eye open as I apply this because I want to make sure that I'm seeing the color when my eyes are open. And so I just put a little Kin in there, and you can take the Kin down your lash line, lower lash line, and kind of connect it to where you were just working. And then I just flipped it back over. You probably didn't even see it, to the fluffy end to like make that look seamless. I'm gonna take a little Kin again, open my eye as I do like a sweep motion. This is like basic techniques of like everyday eyes. Like if I had more time, I might do things a little differently, but this is gonna give me the look that I want without spending like 10 minutes on eyeshadow. Okay, and then I actually feel like I need to break up this line a little bit, so I'm gonna take some Sabrina so it looks a little less harsh, and I'm gonna go under the brow bone, and I'm just using my finger, and I'm going under the brow bone down to where that Bright Eyes ended, and I'm just brightening in that area so it doesn't look like I've closed off my eye. I'm going to do the same thing in the corner of my eye and almost try to meet where I was doing it under the brow bone. so that like it keeps all of that inner part bright. Can you tell that difference? Like it's much brighter now and it doesn't look like I've closed off my eye. I hear so many women say like, oh, I wish I could do eyeshadow, but every time I do it, I look like I have a black eye. I'm taking the Multitasker and Kola and I'm lining. If you ever feel like you have a black eye when you do your makeup, it's because you're not keeping the areas that need to be bright. You gotta be really careful about where you place the darker or deeper colors. And like, sometimes people are like, oh yeah, like I would never put dark green or dark blue or whatever. No, just even like even this Bright Eyes, it's a pretty light color, but if you put it in the wrong spot, it can really close off your eye because it is highly pigmented, and like you don't want to give yourself this like really deep look. Oh my gosh, why is my left eye giving me so much more trouble? Sorry, I can't talk through this step. Oh, I don't want to cover you guys up. Here we go, this is better. Because this is what I'm used to doing. I do my clutch at my desk every day. Cool. Alright, I think that one's much thicker than this one, but we're just gonna roll with it today. It's not the wedding day, right? Oh, excuse me, I'm so sorry. Okay, and then I'm actually gonna put some Bella bronzer on my lips. And I'm gonna do a deeper base on my lip color. So this is the same bronzer that I, pardon me, put on that C shape to make myself look more, what did I do? Bronze, more golden. And then I'm just gonna take a little bit of a pink color, a nude pink, and go over that. And this is the Maybelline Matte Ink Super Stay. So that just looks a little deeper, but it's still super neutral. A little bit of illuminator to top off the top of the cheeks. And I'll put that on my upper brow bone as well. I'm sorry, upper lip. Hey, babe.
Hey.
And down here. Cool. And we're pretty much done. I'm just gonna throw on some mascara. I'm gonna do that off camera so I can do it super fast. But this is like my go-to every day. I actually used everything out of my clutch look. This is something that like took me, what, 15 minutes maybe start to finish. And I literally had nothing on when I started. So super simple. If you need a color match, just DM me, let me know. I'm happy to help you pick your colors and get you started and be your personal makeup artist if this is something you're interested in doing. So happy Saturday, y'all.